TikTok kidogo.
Hey, give me that camera, that light on me, my brother. I don't see my light. I don't see my light. I don't see my light. Is it? I don't see it. Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Odwojigero, and this is Political Headache. We are gathering here in the afternoon to talk about something that has just broken up. What has happened?
Breaking news.
We have breaking news.
Yes.
Okay, we have breaking news, and Jalango has just decided that he's no longer going for the Lang'ata constituency seat, but instead he wants to go humundu together against Sifuna. And this is something that is dividing a lot of opinion. And I have my friend Odhiambo Otieno is in the studio, the man that people hate for his for being a government apologist.
No. Say that the man who told Jalango he will not be MP again, and he has respected it.
I remember he actually said Jalango will not be an MP again.
Yeah, he will not be.
I saw that. Oh my goodness.
You saw that. And then we have Joachim, a man who stands on his 2 feet. Or is his foot being held by a white chicken?
Is he a man of his own?
He's
Wanjigi's chef.
Wanjigi's chef?
Yeah.
No. You cannot.
It's not a bad thing, but you're Wanjigi's chef.
No.
It's
a good thing.
This is the money. We will not go on with this live until we withdraw that statement.
We will go.
Please withdraw.
Allow me to make. Allow me to justify.
Please withdraw.
If you are not aware of literature,
okay,
then that is your problem.
Okay.
If I say he's Wanjigi's chef, this is the man who cooks Wanjigi's stuff and serves the public. That is factual.
Okay.
Because there's nobody in Wanjigi's team who is working as he's doing. That's a fact.
I think something has changed there.
Now you're happy.
No, this guy is pitting me against my colleagues.
Yeah.
He likes drawing the wedge.
But you're doing a better job than them.
Yeah, you are doing a better job than Willis.
No. Who told you?
You are doing a better job even
Willis is
more than you are.
Seen anywhere. You're doing a better job. That's a fact.
I work on his instructions.
Which
so
is,
whatever I do is sanctioned by him.
Wachana na hiyo kitu. If you're shining, you're shining.
No, mulikuwepo.
Tuko.
Hamukua. So nyamazeni kabisa. Let's get to the business. Yes.
Okay, so the truth is that Jalango has come out and has said that he wants to be the senator of Nairobi. I want to start with Mr.
Start with Odhiambo.
Let me start with you. When you heard that news, what is the first thing that came to your mind?
The first thing that came to my mind is that all dreams are valid. Men should be ambitious. You see, it's very dangerous for a man not to have a vision of where they want to be in the future. And it's a dream that Jalango has for himself. But now, after dreaming, now it comes to reality now, because you have to wake up and chase that dream. Now that's where there is the catch. He's running against a person who has been consistent since I know him. A person who has not wavered from his stance, from how he says about things. The person who people hate because they can't manipulate. So for him to say that he's going to oust Sifuna to become Nairobi senator, that's the biggest comedy skit he's performed in his life.
The biggest comedy he has performed in his life?
Yes.
Is that a swipe at Jalango Odhiambo? Because we know that Jalango is a comedian. So now he's in politics, he's left comedy, but now he's saying that he's gone back to comedy.
Just like I said, that Joachim is Wanjigi's chef, is the same thing that he's saying, that Jalango is a comedian and he has no understanding of politics. And as I rightly predicted a few weeks ago, that Jalango was not going to be the MP of Lang'ata again. I can correctly predict here and now that Jalango will not see the 4 corners of the Senate. He can also take that and keep it by his head. Jalango must understand that he must be calculative. Let him stop this excitement. He's very excited. Imagine him pitting himself against Sifuna. He's going to fail, and for the following reasons. Number one, Jalango will fail at his attempt of being senator. He will fail at the attempt of being senator of Nairobi because Nairobi is a middle-class voting mentality. It is not a traditional voting mentality. Two, Jalango was not a man of his own. Jalango was made by Raila Odinga. The very man that made Jalango exited the scene, unfortunately. And that very man, before he exited the scene, some of the people who took him through political torture in his final days is Jalango. Amongst the 9 people who went to State House to talk to President Ruto over what we don't know.
To take development
to the people. Number three, Jalango will not see the 4 corners of the Senate because it is not understandable what he wants to go and do at the Senate. This is pure envy against Edwin Sifuna. Pure envy against Edwin Sifuna.
And again, Jalango doesn't even know the work of the Senate. I saw him. I saw him on this very platform.
Yeah.
Taking a swipe at Sifuna.
Yeah.
And he was saying, Sifuna does not hold the governor accountable. He does not speak about the things of Nairobi. You see, oversight on counties happens at the Public Accounts Committee in the Senate. There is no governor in this country who has appeared before that committee more than Governor Sakaja. So who is the senator for Nairobi? It's Sifuna. So what happens before the governor appears before the Public Accounts Committee to explain himself on how he has used the money given?
Yeah.
That's the biggest job of a senator. So if Jalango does not know that that is what should be happening to a governor, that's the job of a senator, how is he going to even deliver that mandate?
Can we listen to what he said? Do we have that video? Let's listen to what he said. I don't know whether we are going to listen from here, but I hope you guys are young and have got ears. Let's hear. Because as they play that, obviously we'll.
Mekwenda katika nomination mheshimiwa wewe na kwa mfano Sifuna katika kiti cha useneta mkitaka nyote ODM. Unajua sana katika nomination mambo ni mawili. Either upate ticket ama usipate ticket. Ushaona ukipata ticket all the best. Ushaona usipopata ticket itakuwa namna gani mheshimiwa?
Nisipopata kwa nimeenda wapi? Imeenda wapi?
Mwaka mnashindana. Unaweza ipata wewe ama yende
kwa debe wewe.
Ushaona?
Wewe jua nitakuwa kwa debe. Wewe jua nitakuwa kwa debe.
Upate usipate.
Nitakuwa kwa debe.
Alright. Kwa hiyo upate usipate.
Wewe nitakuwa kwa debe.
So usipate. Usipoipata ya ODM bado utakuwa kwa debe.
Wacha nikwambie. Wewe jua. Si nyinyi wapiga kura Nairobi.
Ndio.
Na hizi ni kura zangu 2 za kwanza. Unajua? Utafika pale upate list ya maseneta.
Ndio.
Nitakuwa pale.
Uwe na tiketi ya ODM usio na tiketi ya ODM.
Mimi nitakuwa na tiketi ya ODM pale
kwenye ballot.
Ile coalition yenye ODM itakuwa. Unajua? Kama ODM itasimama peke yake, naenda kuwa na hiyo tiketi ya ODM.
Okay.
Kama ODM itakuwa kwa coalition, hiyo coalition mimi ndio nitakuwa na peperusha hiyo ticket.
Okay.
Nitamshinda mtu yote pale kwa
anaitwa Jalango.
Nitamshinda mtu yote pale kwa mchujo.
Okay.
Naenda kushinda sana, mbali sana. Mtu ambaye atanifuata atakuwa mbali sana kwa mchujo. ticket.
So it seems that Jalango is having a very good time in the studio, saying that the conversation starts from whether they will give him a ticket, an ODM ticket, and insists that he's going to be given the ODM ticket, correct? But now they're saying that he's going to be in the list of senators that are going to be vying. You know, whether it's going to be Azimio, Azimio has been taken by Kalonzo Musyoka and his friend that the Ambo called Kriki Crew, Uhuru Kenyatta. All right? So, according to what I'm reading online, that there is the reasons why Jalango might win. Jalango does not need introduction. In a city of over 2.4 million voters, recognition reduces the cost of persuasion. Many Nairobi voters do not follow Senate procedure. They vote on familiarity, visibility, and perceived access to power. For a low information, this matters. There is also something that is being said that youth recall, not youth ideology. He has strong recall among urban youth, especially informal sector workers, creatives, first-time voters. This block is under-registered but volatile.
ChatGPT?
No.
What is your point of reference?
I'm reading something.
What is the point of reference?
If the turnout among 18 to 24-year-old rises sharply, convention coalition.
let me Jagero. Let me help you. Let me help you somewhere here.
Okay.
All the things you're reading there directly applies to Sifuna and not Jalango.
Really?
Because let me tell you today, what do you think is the greatest problem of a Nairobi resident today in terms of politics?
The what?
What is the biggest problem of a Nairobi resident today? You, in fact, you. What is your biggest challenge or what is your biggest concern politically today in Nairobi?
For senatorship?
No. What is your biggest challenge? I'm not asking for senator, for
Water.
MCA. Water is your problem. Many people.
Transport.
Joachim, what is your biggest problem today?
The city is chaotic.
Yeah, and dirty.
If you find the overarching thing in Nairobi is a feeling. The political question here is a feeling that things are not going right. Why? Because the normal Nairobi resident, his paycheck has been touched. Okay? The normal Nairobi resident is yearning for change. Remember, a middle class mentality does not entertain you being elected twice. They're always moving on to the next issue. So the issue now, they need somebody who will help them sort this bad feeling. They just want to get off that feeling of political insincerity that has occupied since June 24th. And a majority of those youths, a majority of those workers you're talking about, Jalango can't talk for them. Jalango is a bourgeoisie. He can't talk for people who are
Jalango is
poor.
an orphan and somebody who lived in a mabati house. Like
But now
me.
he's living in
What
opulence.
do you mean? What do you mean?
He's living in extreme opulence. You see him
There-
parading
there
himself
are
on social
people-
media.
There are people who lived in Mabate houses the time Jalango was living in Mabate houses, and they still do today. They still live in those Mabate houses. So they don't relate with this story of Jalango. I slept in a Mabate house, but now I can live in Karen. No, that you see, the issue we have, even as we think about who should be the senator of Nairobi, what is the problem we want to solve through Senate? We want to have a government that is accountable. And all the organs of accountability should have people who are equal to the task. So as Nairobi residents, you've been given options. Based on the workability on the option that you have been given, who do you go for? Do you go for a person who is more likely to crack your ribs in the Senate, or a person who is going to offer substantive accountability to the governor of that time? Because we want to move forward. As Odhiambo has said, the feeling that Nairobi is not being led well. How can we now then bring people who are associated to the group that is misleading Nairobi?
Yeah. And Jalango is part of that group that is perceived as misleading the state
Yes.
before Nairobi. Because he's in bed with the government, deeply in bed with the government. And Nairobi is not comfortable with that. Because majority of the people who are going to vote in 2027 are those same people who are in the streets.
Yes.
Those ones are going to vote.
We can remember Sifuna. You see, I come from Safina. I'm SG there. He's an SG of another party, ODM. But the ideology is the same. We remember him standing between a gun and the people.
Yeah, at Parliament buildings on
At
June
Parliament
24th.
buildings. We remember him asking hard questions. The governors are actually terrified to attend public accounts committee. They are saying they are being harassed.
By who?
By the senators.
By
there.
Sifuna.
By the senators. And so they know that when they go to that committee, there will be questions. You remember how he was asking Governor Sakaja about who is the head of disaster in Nairobi?
Yeah.
A graduate of theology. A person who believes that you can solve a problem
By praying.
by praying.
Who? Sakaja?
But
He
hasn't.
hired a graduate of theology
Yes.
as the head of disaster in Nairobi. I didn't know that.
But perhaps disaster is a religious issue.
These are the kind of people. You see, this is the kind of thinking. This is the kind of thinking that is so African that lets us down every day. That you need to pray away our problems.
When
We
a
cannot.
building catches fire in Donholm,
Okay.
what is your first instinct? Do you go to your knees and pray, or get
the machines
the
there.
machines to move? You have to have requisite the qualifications. And these are the things that were brought in the limelight by the senator who was putting the governor of Nairobi in check. That is the kind of government we want to have.
The reason as to why Nani will fail, Jalango will fail, is from a very simple sampling. Today, right now as we are live, I can ask the audience, if you allow me, that between, and in fact, if you can put a question there, between Sifuna, an opinion poll, between Sifuna and Jalango, who do you trust to do perfect oversight at the Senate? If you can put that question right there, so that at the end of this interview, we are able to see, between Sifuna and Jalango, who do you trust to conduct oversight on the governor of Nairobi, who could be Sakaja or Babu Owino or whoever? Who do you trust to stop the devil?
Now.
Yeah.
To stop which devil?
To stop the devil, because, you know, democracy guardrails must be able to be so strong that they can sustain a devil leading us. That is why we always say we need very strong policies, very strong laws, that even if the devil himself sat in State House or sat in the City Hall, he cannot mess us up. And we need somebody who can kuris away the devil.
But
so between Sifuna and Nani and Jalango, who can kuris away the devil?
But then there is something, apart from the question that you are asking, there is something that you're saying that the governors were shuddering, would shudder if they had that they were called at the Senate. Do you want to tell me that Jalango cannot take a governor to account?
Does he inspire
Who has
respect?
he ever taken to account? He's a member of parliament. He voted for the finance bill.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
He did.
He voted for a bill that was coming to make the economy of the country very corrosive. He voted for a bill that led to the death of young people. He's the reason why we are in this state. He's one of the members of parliament who are affordable to the president. So we cannot come here and
what does that mean, man? What do you mean he's affordable?
He's affordable.
What does that mean?
He has been bought. He's a rubber star. He's William Ruto's rubber star. So we cannot fight William Ruto and come to massage his cronies and surrogates down here. It is an all-swipe swing. They have to drain the swamp. And we are not going to leave the reeds in the swamp. Jalango is a reed in this swamp. An affordable member of parliament. So we have affordable housing, then affordable members of parliament. Then we have affordable bloggers. It's all about affordability of these people. We cannot let them be on the front line of leading us. We cannot. We cannot, my friend.
I think you are a bit too harsh on Jalango.
No, it's not too harsh. It's just maybe it's the wording that sounds too harsh, but it is true that Jalango is siding with the president, and the people are not comfortable with that. That's a fact. Number two, it's also true that Jalango is a crony of the president, and Nairobi has never gone to the government at any election. Nairobi goes to the opposition. Even Ruto, when he was coming to government, he got Nairobi because Nairobi was in the opposition.
Yes.
He was UDA in opposition. It was Jubilee in opposition. Okay? Remember, there's Jubilee in government, Jubilee in opposition.
Yes.
Ruto was Jubilee in opposition.
Really?
Yes.
Nairobi.
And that is-
Can we track all the governors and see if they were really in opposition?
and that is how.
The first governor for Nairobi was
Very well. Nani Kidero.
Kidero was in which party?
Odero was in ODM.
Was
Yes.
ODM government?
Yeah.
ODM was not government. It's never
It
been
was
government.
opposition.
It was
Yes.
opposition.
After ODM, who came?
We had
Sonko.
Sonko. Was in which party?
Sonko was very oppositionist.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was in Jubilee, but Sonko is perceived as pro-people.
Yeah.
At that time. He was so pro-people, that's why he was voted in. So the next governor is who?
Is now Sakaja.
Sakaja. He came in because he aligned with a coalition that looked like an opposition at the time. So people didn't vote for the system, for status quo. They voted for change.
Yeah.
They just realized later that it was change without change. That is why they are making noise.
So the question I want to
without
ask,
change. Yeah.
Odhiambo, I want to start with you. In the political community, in the political society, what good do you see in Jalango as a person, as a politician?
What good do I see in him? Well, I can see some level of resilience, and ambition and achieving something. Okay, he set out to achieve something for himself, and he became the MP for Lang'ata. That is beautiful. I mean, congratulations to him. It was beautiful. But as soon as he got inside there, his very first political act was the very first suicide and the last of his. Okay, it was political suicide, and all those people who went to State House, they know that was political suicide to them, because remember, at the ballot,
1 minute.
it is not about who do I vote. It's about who do I betray.
Okay.
Okay, that is the feeling at the ballot.
But
The ballot is a
politics
betrayal.
of betrayal.
Politics is about betrayal. There's only one currency in politics. It's called betrayal. So when I go to the ballot box and I want to, or the booth, and I have Sifuna, and I have Jalango, and I have, you name them, who do you think, let's even narrow down to these two people, who do you think I'm going to betray between Jalango and Sifuna?
There is a revenge.
Who will you betray? Jalango and Sifuna. Jagero, I want you to be open. You're not an interviewer, please. We are having a conversation. Who will you betray? No, not
He is sitting on the fence. But let me help you.
Okay. Who will you betray?
The first
Yeah.
action made by people who left Azimio and they went to parliament, especially members of, and went to State House, members of parliament, including David Ochieng and Jalango. And your friend, the senator of
for Kisumu.
Tom Ojienda.
Tom Ojienda. What was their reason? That we have gone to State House so that we can look for development. That's a very ignorant statement, because look at our governance system. Where do we allocate? Which organ of government is in charge of allocation of resources?
It's executive.
Parliament.
Yeah.
So how can a member of parliament go to State House to look for resources?
Whereas the budget is in parliament.
It is in his hands. He's the one to decide that equalization fund will be this way. This is the money to be allocated to Kera. This is the money to be allocated to health sector. This is what the project should happen in Lang'ata. But he forsaken that and went to State House. One reason, to look for development. 3 years down the line, he's still looking for development.
Though I must give him some flowers. That he's done some quite beautiful things in Lang'ata. Like I think 2 days ago, he launched some school in Lang'ata. He's been very big on schools, which is beautiful. He's also been very big on affordable housing for the president, which is beautiful. So there's some things that he's done. But people really don't care about development at the end of the day politically. People care about the feeling because they have the power. Now when you have the power, rarely do you process things logically. You then process things emotionally. And I can tell you, and I repeat that very statement, that when people go to the ballot, the only question that is going to linger is who am I going to betray between Sifuna and Jalango? And the answer is as clear as day and night.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If Jalango were to go back to Lang'ata and attempt to recapture that seat in 2027, and then juxtapose it with him going to attempt to take the senatorship from Sifuna, which one is easier? Which one is easier?
He's the man between a rock and a hard place.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
A rock and a hard place. Unakumbuka the lepers who were almost dying of hunger. They had been banished from their area. So they decided, kwamba, we can't go home because tutawawa. Na tukienda huku tunaweza uwawa pia. But wacha tuende huku hawatujui. Wakaenda mjini. Because they felt that when they get to the city, they will eat. So as they were going to the city, God made their footsteps sound like so many horses of soldiers.
Yes.
So the people flew from the city. Wakawacha mji ikiwa na chakula, hao lepers wakakuja wakakula. So Jalango thinks that he can do the same. That he can live. He's a leper who has been banished.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So he can't go
That's the
home.
It keeps getting worse. I mean, it keeps getting worse,
Yes.
bro.
So as he goes to the city is not ready to receive him.
And that the city is not going to have 1,000 horses.
Yes, his feet cannot feel like
It's
1,000 horses.
It's a great sign of weakness for Jalango to exit Lang'ata and come and attempt the Senate. It's a great sign of weakness because there is no vacancy at the Senate. He was imagining in his head that there's a vacancy. There is no vacancy at the Senate. And him exiting Lang'ata in the fashion that he's doing shows I would rather he's stuck in Lang'ata, fought it out with the bus and lost to a bus, of course, then the president will give him a PS. Because when Korir lost, the president made him PS for housing. Yes, he can also be made PS. But also, if he wants to go this route of trying the Senate, well and good. It's good.
But the most interesting thing is that they're almost age mates with Sifuna, right?
Yes, but he does not like Sifuna.
He does not like Sifuna.
The reason why he does not like Sifuna is for the very same reason why people don't like him. Okay? He doesn't like Sifuna because Sifuna is abrasive.
Why does he not like Sifuna?
Because Sifuna is abrasive and Sifuna is out there and Sifuna is talking the issues of the people.
But even Babu Owino is doing the same, but he doesn't hate Babu Owino.
You see,
Jalango doesn't hate Babu Owino. He can't hate Babu Owino.
Yes, but
it's suicidal. In fact, it's double death if he hates Babu Owino.
So why Sifuna?
it's like...
Because he thinks Sifuna is a small boy. He disregards Sifuna. And he talked to you. I saw that show when he came here to that place where we were, and he talked to you in a tan suit and was spewing a lot of bile against Sifuna. Not procedural at all. That's a young man like him. There's no way he can be that envious about a brother like that.
Jalango has forgotten that he's going to be alive and kicking and in politics in the next 30 years.
Yeah.
Majority of the people that he wants to court will not be in politics at that time. Because we all know that our bodies are subject to the law of diminishing return. That as time goes, you become weaker, you grow old, you eventually die. So if your godfather is 70, and you want to make yourself relevant for the next 30 years, why don't you sit on the side that is relevant for the people who are there?
Years. Correct.
The question, as we finish this conversation, because it was meant to be a very short one, get into the head of why is he running away from Lang'ata? Because it's a small constituency.
He was going to lose. I've told you that.
So he thinks he can lose in Lang'ata and take Nairobi.
And win.
You remember what Andrew Kibe told you?
No.
That you have to lose so spectacularly that they call you on a podcast to explain how you lost.
I am looking at the polls that we did ask. Because I know these comments will disappear after the live.
Okay, well, they're going to disappear.
Yes. I'm looking at the polls. And I don't know how to stop it so that we can see. Is there a way you can stop the poll to see who has won between the two? In the comments, yeah? If you see the comment, it's Sifuna.
Jalango is the Judas.
Kidogo. Sifuna, Jalango kidogo. My brother, Jalango needs to learn and listen to this guy. If I told me I'm a hater, because I may be branded as a hater, but he needs to at least listen to Joachim. That you cannot go where the bank has no return. Because Ruto is here for only 5 years. Okay? And then it's gone. You must side with the people who are going to give you a longer life. For him, he's siding with the people who are not taking him beyond.
You see, and one thing, the reason why I don't support Jalango is because I have a bigger reason. The person he's supporting, President Ruto, is a man of firsts. He was the first. He won to be a member of parliament the first time he vied against the Ruben Chesire. He was the first assistant minister to ever sit in cabinet. He is the first deputy president of this country. He became president the first time he ever vied. And he was also going to break the record of being first by going for only 5 years. He's going to be the first president to serve for 1 term.
Surely.
So he's a man of firsts. Jalango doesn't realize that his godfather is a man of firsts. And he's going to break this record of being the first president to serve for 1 term. It has been his record all along. So, as we make noise, as we think of who becomes where and what is our end goal? What kind of government would you like to see beyond 2027? And who are the people who might make that happen? Because as we vote for the right president, it has to trickle down. People who can easily subscribe to the ideology of the president who wants things to work. We cannot vote for stumbling blocks and expect a difference in the results. You do not squeeze a rock to produce water.
Yeah, there's no water there.
You are wasting time. Thank you very much.
All right, people of the internet.
Before you finish,
yes, okay.
Before you finish, let me give a closing blow to Jalango. And that is because he's refusing to listen to his conscience, refusing to listen to the political counsel that he's receiving. Jalango, at this moment, you're being described as the Judas of Nairobi politics. You left the people's side and joined President Ruto. It's very different. People are dealing with President Ruto differently. People are dealing with you differently. And you must remember that politics at the end of the day is local. For now, people are looking at you as the Judas Iscariot of Nairobi. And they're not yet going to forgive you. And for them to forgive you, you have to go to the side of the people. That is when your street index is going to be redeemed. For now, your street index is with the government, which means you've been bought.
You do not forgive a demon, you exorcise it.
On that note, thank you very much, people of the internet. It was very, very nice having you. This has become too hot. I really sympathize with Jalango, and I don't know why. I regret having this episode up because it was all but chaos for Jalango. Until another episode, bye for now. All right, people of the internet, I hope that you're enjoying this episode very much. And I just had a break to tell you about my new book. You know, everybody says that there is no job, and that is true. Also, that was me 10 years ago. The problem is that everybody is trying to get a job in their town, in their city, in their marketplace. They ask friends for jobs, mothers call uncles, uncles call brothers, but there are no jobs. Let me tell you what no one is telling you. Jobs migrated online. What I actually mean is there are many, many jobs around the world, and there is no one to do them except you. I work for Americans myself. I work for Europeans. I work for the Chinese. I work for the Australians. I work for the Canadians. And so, because I have done so much for myself, I said to myself, you know what? I should compile what I've been doing for the last 15 years. So in 2024, I wrote a digital book called Goldmine 18 Hustles for Africans. And then in 2025, AI came. People say AI is taking away our jobs. And for me, I'm going to say false. There are actually AI jobs. Jobs are not being taken by AI, but there are new jobs online that are there because of AI. Now, mimi ni nani? I created more jobs. And for now, in my new book, we have 25 online and offline jobs that you can leverage on if you do not have a job. So in this powerful volume 2, I share 25 new actionable online hustles specifically researched and tailored for Africans. My new book provides clear step-by-step guidance drawing from my extensive experience and research, including the mistakes I've made and lessons I've learned over the 15 years that I have worked online. So, what can you do online? You can become an executive assistant for busy folks in Europe, America, Canada, and get paid for tasks like watching videos and taking online surveys. Okay? You can build a lot of things. Build a business as a virtual assistant, start an e-commerce shop without capital, be an affiliate marketer, or you can also become actually an English tutor and tens of AI jobs. If you have a job, that is fine. But I also know that you can buy this book for that brother, for that sister, for that mother, for that cousin, for that husband who is watching Netflix all day at home. Buy it for your friend who is always asking for cash. You know that friend. Now, all the information is on the description below. You can also inbox me, you can WhatsApp me, or go to my website, which is odworjigero.co.ke.